Butch Morgan. Welcome, Butch Morgan. Yeah, that would be me. You know, nobody else would claim that. And I'd like to just right off the bat say thank you to Randy and Julia for opening their home up to us and this beautiful place here to come and play some music. And if I'll just shut up and get into that, it would be really nice. I want to say that we're all grieving a little bit for losing one of our mainstays, Mr. Tom Prasada Rao. Very good friend. So our prayers go out to his family and everybody. We love Tom so much. And let's see here. All those that are listening live anywhere, I can see you out there. We thank you for tuning in, and for sure, and my family, and Trevor and Karen and Natalie and Wave and Jimmy and Sean and Georgia and all of my family. And my wife Barbara, wherever she may be. I doubt that she's in here because she never comes to my shows. I asked her this morning to help me with the set list. She goes, what do you want? I go, what song should I play? She comes down my set list. She goes, well, don't play that one. Don't play that one. So anyway, so I thought, I'd do this. I thought, first of all, I'd just stand up and create havoc with the camera. And then I thought I'd play the very first song. It's an instrumental. The very first song I ever played in public anywhere. And it was, I was in the 7th grade. And I was walking down the hall of my junior high, and there was a bulletin board there, and it said, talent show, sign up. I walked up and signed up. And so that night at the dinner table, I told my parents, I signed up for the talent show. My mother, of course, said, well, that's good, son. But my dad said something I hadn't thought about. He said, well, what are you going to do? And I thought for a minute. I go, well, I'm gonna play the guitar. He said, well, that's interesting, son. You don't play the guitar. I go, I know. I don't play it now, but I got 2 weeks. And so I got my mother to take me to this place called Kmart. FedMart. They had record bins, and in the front of the record bin they had different names, different artists, but they also had instrumental musics. And I just reached up about as high as I could reach and pulled the first album out that I could, and it said Roy Clark. Now, I had no idea who Roy Clark was. I didn't know, what was going on, but I figured instrumental, I could learn one of those. So I took the record home. And I'll try not to make this too long because you'll get all excited because you think you're going to hear something wonderful. But the very first song on the first side was Mulligania. Now, come on. I've been trying to play that song for 60 years almost. I still can't play it, as you're going to find out. But I played it. I learned it off of the record player. So I learned it because it was the first song on the first side, and that's where I could pick the needle up and put it on there, and it would go. And then I could take the needle off and I could try it. Nah, and I put it back on. I try it again, and I keep trying, and finally, one time I landed it right. And I thought, okay. So I learned it, as much of it as I could, and I went and played the talent show, and we got through playing the talent show. And I'd like to tell you I won the talent show. But that would be such a lie. Because I was really beat out by a little baton twirler girl. Her baton was on fire. She had on a pink tutu. That was before Jimi Hendrix. I didn't know I could have wore a pink tutu. I could have set my guitar on fire, but I didn't know any of that at the time. She no longer twirls a baton. I still play the guitar. Anyway, I'll play a little bit of it for you, and then we'll go into something else. But see, it's really difficult to play, so. Okay, I'm not at my peak, ladies and gentlemen.
That comes later.
Well, it's not. When I used to play all the time, you know, I was really, when I used to play 4-hour gigs 6 nights a week, man, I could do anything. But I can't hardly do anything anymore. So it seemed like it's just difficult. And I can't get my hand to work like it used to. But y'all aren't going to care about that. I'm going to sing you a song about a crow. Well, this old black crow sitting on a fence, trying hard to look intelligent. Silly old crow, he acts like a fool, but he's lost his soul. He just don't know that yet. Hey, old black crow, nobody likes you, got a nasty squawk. You got a bad attitude, mean old crow, you got a one-way heart. He only does what he wants to. He's a mean old crow, lies to his mother, steals from his brothers just for grins. He's a nasty old crow, cusses his neighbors, even birds of a feather do not call him a friend. So he went and got himself some bright red spots. He glued them on his wings. Now he's looking really sharp on the outside, but on the inside, man, he still stinks. He's an old black crow. Don't want to hear about Jesus. No, he's way too cool for some cat like that. Now, he don't want to know God really loves him just the way that he is, and right where he's at. Don't need forgiveness, don't even think about salvation. Maybe he should, he ain't ready yet. See, he's flying high, still is something above him. Someday he may have to deal with that. Now this old black crow, he do look familiar. You know, he reminds me of someone I used to know. And I thank God daily, 'cause I can clearly remember when I used to be that old black crow. So, I'm going to move right along here. Moving along, Brownsville, Texas, when I was a little kid, 4, 5, and 6 years old, before I started school. Like, I was the baddest guy on the block. I had those Roy Roger Fanner 50 cap guns, you know, man, and a tricycle with cow horns on the front. Like, I never got over that, obviously. And I had on these little red cowboy boots, and I was just dressed to the nines as a cowboy. And there were no bad guys in my neighborhood, none. Well, like, I had 200 shots in each pistol. I mean, come on. And you know, the truth is, the barrel on those guns was like that long, and that's impressive. Unless your legs are only like that long. And then, as I had to wear the guns like way up high in order for the barrel not to drag the ground. Now, wearing your guns under your arms like that, that's not impressive as a gunfighter, you know. But it did work to the good, because I realized that if I was going to have to wear my gun like that, I was going to have to become an expert marksman. Because if a bad guy was to jump out and I'd have to draw down on him, the very first thing I had to do in order to get my guns out was pull my pants down. And so if you're not an expert shot, you'll die in your front yard with your pants down. And that does not look good on a gunfighter resume. And so I wrote this song about where I lived as a kid in Western World, which is exactly where I lived. And my wife worked at a Cracker Barrel next door to a tack place that sold horse stuff. On the roof in rope, it said Western World. I kept driving past, I go, that's where I lived, and I wrote this little song. I also won the Wildflower Music Songwriting Contest with this little song. Javier, why don't you come on up and play with me on this one? This is one of the ones we didn't work. This is Javier. We'll be in somewhat the key of A.
The Canadian key.
The Canadian key, A.
Hey?
So this is the true story. All of it's true, every bit of it, except the part I made up. Oh, so here's the words. Y'all are going to sing along. So it's Western World, rope I twirl, get the girl. Western World. That's it. Western World, rope I twirl, get the girl, Western World. Here we go. I'm the hero in my Western world. Wear a white hat and a rope I twirl. I save the town and I get the girl. I'm the hero in my Western world. You got it. That's beautiful. Now, when I was a little kid, play cowboy is what I did. And I was quick on the draw, fastest that you never saw. And I liked Roy and Hopalong, and the pioneers sang me songs. And I rode around righting wrongs. I was a good guy all day long. I was the hero in my Western world. Wear a white hat and a rope I twirl. I save the town and I get the girl. I'm the hero in my Western world. I'll play it. Yeah, but in reality, I'm just a man, no rope, no spurs, no open land. This is what I've come to know. Up is just the way you grow, and I'm still a cowboy deep inside, and I long to saddle up and ride into some spaces open wide with just this old guitar by my side. Be the hero in my Western world. Wear a white hat and a rope I twirl. I save the town and I get the girl. I'm the hero in my Western world. 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 All right, this is your chance to be the sorry sons of the butcheroos. And we're gonna grab a little note and go like this. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. That's y'all part. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. Keep it going no matter what I do. Here we go. Ooh, even though it was a long time ago, I still do remember it, just like it was yesterday. It'd be late in the evening, and I'd be a long way from the house. But you know, I never got so far away from the house that I could not hear my mama. Now, technically, you all know you can't get far enough away from your house that you can't hear your mama. Because I can hear my mama right now, stand on the back porch. She'd holler at me. She'd say, Butch Rod Morgan, get your tail in the house right now. I'd rack my brain and try to think of some good excuse so I could stay outside a few more minutes. Mama, I have not rounded up all the bad guys yet. And she'd say, well, you hurry up and round them up. And don't make me call you again. Dinner's getting cold. And I'd say, oh, okay, Mama. Let me tie up my tricycle. I'll be right in. Thank you. Y'all have no idea how great y'all sounded just then. Well, except for this guy.
Well, you sang it.
Yeah. And Javier, how about that, huh? He's got to do the next two songs with me here. Let's do Mr. Blue. That's the one. We'll send this out to you, Julia. You bet. Let me make sure I'm in close proximity in the same area as you, tuning-wise. Oh, we've had an interesting trip from Devine, Texas. I live in a little town called Devine, Texas. That's with an E, D-E-V-I-N-E. Except when I'm gone, it's D-I-V-I-N-E. It takes a step up when I leave town. We've had an interesting trip. I got to one of my campsites, and I was setting up and realized that my trailer springs were just kind of hanging on the ground. The shackles had broken. We made it all the way there. That was my prayer, just get us where we're going. And so the prayer was answered, but and then more prayer was answered, and I got it fixed. So, and we ended up here. So it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. So this song I wrote in my sleep. I don't remember writing it. It's true. It's one of my better songs. I should do more sleep writing. Been recorded by a few people. Flying A's cut this song and a few other people. It's called Mr. Blue. We'll start it on the 4 chord. That's the one that goes. You remember it now.
Kind of.
We rehearsed it for hours. Said he's always right behind me, likes to follow too close. That's why I don't slow down much. That's why I keep on the go. You see, this is life as I know it. No, it ain't nothing new. I'm staying one step in front of Mr. Blue. And there's no need to look back, 'cause I know who it is. It's a friendly old pest who's been chasing me for years. In my life, I've had hard knocks, made bad choices. I paid some dues, still I've managed to stay one step in front of Mr. Blue. Now Mr. Blue, he's always there. You can have him anytime. He'll be glad to stay a spell. Yeah, he'll be glad to rob you blind, take everything you own, leave you broke broke and confused, do yourself a favor, stay away from Mr. Blue. You know I don't have much to offer in the way of good advice. Say maybe keep looking up. Do something good with your life. And be sure to wear really comfortable shoes so you can stay one step in front of Mr. Blue. Stay one step in front of Mr. Blue. Y'all are really a great crowd. I should take your picture. I doubt that you're going to get any prettier than this. You're all so beautiful. And this will prove that I actually did work here today. So,
People not watching the live stream.
yeah, I'm not. We're going to do it, though.
Take a picture of them.
So I'm taking a picture of everybody. Yeah, here we go. All right. It's a wide angle lens. I got you. Don't want you to feel left out. So I'm just checking to make sure Barbara's not in here because I can't do this song if she is. So my wife is. Here's my. I tell songwriter friends of mine, never ever write a song about your wife. It's. I mean, it's a nice gesture, but man, you're going to leave stuff out. Important stuff. I mean, you may have 60 verses, they're placing her on pedestals and swimming in the deepest sea and fighting off mountain lions. You may every superlative you can imagine will be there, and you'll play it for her, and inevitably she's going to say, well, that's nice, but you didn't say anything about, and then she's going to mention something, and as soon as she does, you're going to go, how did I leave that out? That was the thing. It was the whole thing. So I don't write songs about my wife, but I do write about her shoes. And so this song is called "You Left Your Shoes in My Room," and y'all can sing along on this too. And as you remember that one? That old hit. We've done it so many times. Key of C here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. You left your shoes in my room. Now your wardrobe's incomplete. You left your shoes in my room. Now you're in your stocking feet. Oh, you left your shoes in my room. 2 questions come to mind. Will you be gone a little while, or are you gone for good this time? Left your shoes in my room. Well, I guess I might suppose you left those shoes in my room 'cause you want to show off those cute little toes. You left your shoes in my room. But I could be mistaken. Maybe you just left so fast you just forgot to take them. Now I know you're out there somewhere, girl, and that's what breaks my heart. 'cause you ain't got no shoes. And you might step on something. Yes. Do 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 do. Showing off now. Of course, you might not be on foot. I mean, you could have caught a ride. You can't ride forever, girl. Someday you got to step outside, and when you do, and your foot hits the ground, you're gonna wake up and go, "Whoa, my foot sure does feel funny out here on the asphalt. My foot feels a little bit naked." Naked. There ain't no such thing as a naked foot. It's a barefoot, right? Yes. 'Cause you left your shoes in my room. Or did you mean to share them? You left your shoes in my room. Now if those shoes still fit you, come home and wear them. You left your shoes in my room. But if the truth be told, the leather's fine, they both still shine, but they've lost a little soul. You left your shoes. All right, that's your part. Just you left your shoes. Here we go. You left your shoes. That's it. Everybody now. You left your shoes. You remember those shoes, don't you, girl? Those cute little black patent leather things with the bows on top. You left, yeah. You woke me up early one morning. You said, "Honey, I do love you so very, very much." You left your, you told me you loved me so much that you were taking me to Sears and you were going to buy me a new toolbox. I got all excited. You left your shoes. So we jumped in the car, drove as fast as we could to Sears. I locked the door, grabbed your hand, we ran inside. You left your shoes. Yeah, we ran inside. Somehow we ended up in the ladies' shoe department. You left your shoes. All I know is you're standing there batting those little brown eyes going, "Honey, I think I gotta have these." I'm doing what any man would do at that point, pulling out that rectangular piece of plastic, you know. You left your 29.9. 29.9, I'm still paying on those shoes. You're nowhere to be found. Come home, baby. Slip back into those shoes and let's pretend like none of this ever happened. And that's the story of shoes. Javier, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Get him back up here in a little bit. I had a request for this next song, and I was going to do it anyway, but it made it more special when it's requested from someone that I appreciate. And thank you so much for requesting it. This is a song about my friend Eddie. Now this is Eddie Hootzler right here. Okay, that's one of his, he had many great photos, but that's just one of my favorites right there. He passed away 7 months ago or so. And my oldest friends, I met him when I was 14, and he was 18. We moved to Divine, and he came from a large family. There were 11 in his family, mom and dad, and 9 siblings. And they had they lived in an old house out on, we call it Yancey Highway. It's just a dirt road. We call it Yancey Highway. And they had an old house out there, and it was only a house because they were living in it. I mean, it really was just barely there, and no running water, no electricity. And they had an old wagon with a mule, and they lived. It was about 14 miles from their house to Divine, and they would come into town twice a month or so. And there was a place there called Loggins and Lily's Mercantile. Everything from a rat skin to a ranch. That's what the sign said. It still says that. And so they would back that wagon up and then unhitch the mule and throw some hay in the street. And all the kids would run off and go play. And the ladies would go do shopping, and the men would sit on the porch and whittle and play dominoes or whatever. And all of us cool kids, me and one other guy, would go hang. We'd go hang with the Hootslers. Anyway, Eddie decided at some point he was tired of riding in that wagon with his 8 brothers and sisters, so he got himself a bicycle, and that changed his life, and it saved his life as well. And so he, when he was about 20 or 21 years old, he started riding around through town and just checking. When they rolled the sidewalks up there in Divine early in the evening, he would ride up to the doors of all the buildings and shake them, make sure they were locked. So he was a self-appointed security guard. He just decided it's something he's going to do, and so he did. And then you know, he'd stay if you had accidentally left your door open, he'd stand there and tell you that he hadn't had no breakfast yet. But he checked your doors, you know. So at some point, the city decided, well, heck, you know, he'd been doing it for a couple of years, and well, let's just make him the security guard for Divine. So they had a big deal right there by Loggins and Lily's, and the whole town came out and they wanted him to, gave him a little radio and a badge, and Ed just, they said, speech. Ed went to the 2nd grade. That's all he ever did. He was very smart, though, super smart. Had the commandments of God written on his heart, knew how to treat people. So speech, and took his hat off. Well, thank you. I don't really want a job. Yeah.
Can turn on this fan?
We could turn on a fan, it'd be good.
Okay. Y'all,
Thank you.
excuse me.
That's all right. She knows me too well.
I do.
I'm a crier too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mainly just a thorn in my shoe, but or thorn in my side. Anyway, in the latter years here of Ed's life, him and I became quite close. When he couldn't ride his bike anymore, he got an electric scooter. Boy, that was dangerous too. He was 80 when he first got that, and he was a terror in town. Like he would just jump off of curbs, and it was freak. We put flags all over it, and people knew he was around. But you know, 18-wheelers would turn corners real sharp, and we were all so scared. Never got hurt by any of it. He caught his foot on fire one time, but that's a whole nother thing. But when he finally had a kind of a bad accident, and they put him in the nursing home there, which he didn't want to go, but it was good for him because he got to do his meds on time and got to eat 3 meals a day, something besides Vienna sausage and beanie weenies and sauerkraut, which is really about all he ever ate. So anyway, that was all good for Ed, and I'd go by and pick him up 2 or 3 times a week, and we'd go on what I ended up calling Ed-scursions, or adventures. I'd call them adventures. I never knew what we were going to do. We get in the car. I go, well, what do you want to do? He says, I ain't never been to Jordanton. It was just 20 miles away. And so I'd take him to Jordanton, right? One time it was, I never been to Bandera. I go, okay, that's 35 miles. I do it, but what I hadn't realized was Ed was raised on the flatland, and Bandera was in the hill country, and he had never seen that in his whole life. Other than he was an avid television watcher. He was so smart. He knew so much stuff. But so he knew things from the television. So we're heading towards Bandera. And as the hills start kind of climbing, his eyes kept getting bigger and bigger. Until we got to some big hills, and he stopped. He put his hands out. He said, "The Application Mountains." Oh my Lord. So when I wrote this song, I knew one day there's going to come a day where he wasn't going to be here. And I was still going to have to sing the song because I don't want him to go away. So bear with me and I'll sing it for you as best I can. I'm going to need more clinics. Bring a box. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. We're almost out of time in this set. Are y'all all right? I'll play a long time. I mean, I got the hard part done and we set up and we all got in here. All right. There's a guy in my hometown. He just rides a bike around. Weathered face and calloused hands. He's got a belt buckle bigger than a frying pan. Now, he ain't seeking wealth or fame. Eddie is his name. Now, the first time I saw Eddie, well, I thought he'd passed away, 'cause he was laying in a wheelbarrow out behind the War Horse Cafe. I ran inside. I yelled, "There's a guy out back. I sure think he's dead." The sheriff said, "No, he's just sleeping, boy. That there is Eddie. There's a guy in my hometown. He just rides his bike around. He's the self-appointed security guard. Checks the locks and the doors after dark. But you know I would trust him with my life. Favorite dog, my pocket knife. Eddie. Eddie, he lost most of his family back in 1968. They'd headed home in that old wagon, and the hour had gotten late. And somewhere out on Yancey Highway, this car came around the bend. There were no lights on their old wagon, and that was the end. But not for Eddie. There's a guy in my hometown. He just rides his bike around. Self-appointed security guard. Checks the locks and the doors after dawn. I already did that verse, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. We'll do it again. Spends a lot of time at the coffee shop, but he never has to pay for a single drop. There we go. Now when Eddie's gone, one thing's for sure, divine won't be. Divine anymore. You know you shouldn't judge a man, try to measure his true worth by the money in his pocket, or the stains upon his shirt, or by the lack of some diploma, maybe the hat upon his head. 'cause if you do, you'll always be wrong when you meet a guy like Eddie. There's a guy in my hometown, he just rides his bike around. He's got an 8-track player mounted on the handlebars. I know you think I made that part up, but I did not. It's a Motorola 8-track player, a big old white thing, and some headphones and a battery on the back. And he would listen to the same old warbly tape over and over again. Tammy Wynette and George Jones. There's a guy in my hometown, he just rides his bike around. Oh, I miss you. We've got time to do these next songs, and then we'll take a little break here. See, I'm going to do this first one here. I wrote these during my capo on the 7th fret period. Mainly because it just get lazy, you know. You just leave it there and see what happens. So these 3 songs happened here. I'm going to do the first one by myself, then Javier, you join me on the next 2. Okay? While I was walking down the road, looking at my toes, I came upon a guy with a bloody nose. Could have ignored him, I suppose, but then I thought to myself, that would just be weird. So I said hello. He said hello too. Why I didn't keep walking, I haven't a clue. Instead, I stopped and said, what in the heck happened to you? You know you got blood in your beard? And he looked up at me from the sidewalk and he says, yeah, I know. I was running on and on in a marathon, and I almost had the whole race won, but I was headed right into the sun, and I couldn't really see where I was going. I didn't care. I was feeling mighty proud, smiling and waving at my adoring hometown crowd. They were yelling something at me really loud that I could not quite make out. Tree, look out for the tree. I reached down and grabbed his hand and pulled him up off the sidewalk. And I thought that'd be pretty much the end of the conversation, and I brushed him off a little bit. I was going to send him on his way, but he decided instead to have this weird midlife crisis breakdown right there in broad daylight on the sidewalk, Waxahachie, Texas. He started crying and sobbing, talking about how he'd been running into trees his whole life. He said, if I hit another one, I ain't never going to get up. I'm through. And I wanted to give him something good to think about. I wanted to give him something to look forward to. And I wanted to tell him something really good. And I couldn't think of nothing. So I told him this. It was Boy Scout camp out Burnt Boot Creek. I was a tenderfoot, troop 183. I was happy as a boy could be, eating cold baked beans from a can. Well, the scout master brought his dog Dag Nabbit, in case we chased up a coon or a rabbit. Really nice to have a dog that'll run and grab it, don't you know? Yeah, but Dag Nabbit came upon a big old javelina hog rooting around in a muddy bog, and his hair was green and his eyes were red and there was steam coming out of his nose. Well, Dag Nabbit wanted no part of that, turned his tail between his legs and he ran back to camp. Now there's nothing standing between me and a pissed off javelina, a tree. Think said, see, man, trees can be a good thing. And like, a tree saved my life, you know, like next time you run into a tree, I told him, just reach up and grab a limb, you know, and pull yourself up by that limb. And while you're at it, just keep pulling yourself up. You know, you can pull yourself all the way up. You can pull yourself up to the top of the tree where you can see 360 degrees. You can see this beautiful world that God has made just for you to look at and enjoy. You can look behind you. You can see how far you've come. You can look out front. You can see how far you have to go. When you've done that, you can look straight down. You can see the very roots of the thing that made you who you are. And after you've done all of that, you can look straight up and you can say, a tree, thank God, a tree. I don't advocate using drugs. This song is about that. I wrote it about a friend of mine. It's not really. It's about driving. E minor. Well, a purple dot under my tongue wrote a song can't be sung by anyone. And a little speck fell out of the sky. Winds of change blew it in my eye, and all the lines are blurred. What's it all mean in the big picture, man? Can't change the world sitting on your hand. Fire up the engine of your old Chevrolet. Roll down the window. Let's drive, drive. Better hold your horses, better hold on tight. This is gonna be the ride of your life. One of these days, you might need a horse. And the noise you hear is a dirty rat. Shoot at the seams of your party hat. Now might be a real good time to move. What's it all mean in the big picture, man? Can't change the world if you don't take a stand. Fire up the engine of your old Chevrolet. Roll down the window. Let's drive. Hey. I'm kicking at the bones of the old black crow. Just a bird I used to know way back in the day. I know you won't believe me, but I swear it's true. The sun set once, then whoop-de-doo, it came right back up again. What's it all mean in the big picture? You won't change the world as a griper and bitcher. Fire up the engine of your old Chevrolet. Roll down the window. What's it all mean in the big picture, man? You won't change the world with the back of your hand. Fire up the engine of your old Chevrolet. Roll down the window. Turn on the radio. Let's drive. I have to.
Is that on your?
Yes. I'm sorry. We got to do this
Is that
song.
on your thumb drive?
Yes.
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 Ones that are on the back porch?
Oh, we have thumb drives. I forgot I have a new product. That's what she wanted me to say. Yeah. So it's 37 songs for $30. I mean, that's pretty good. I charge $1.50 for a lot of the songs, and then like 60 cents for some of the other songs. Joy has a song to sing. Let her sing it now. Joy's got a song. Let her sing it now. Put joy where your heart is. Sing it loud. Yeah, everybody sing it, come on. You know Mercy has a song to sing. Let's all spread it round. Mercy's got a song. Let's spread it round. Put Mercy where your hands are. Spread it round. Well, love is the life to live. Go ahead, live it now. Love is the life. You should live it now. Use the words when you need to. You know the words. I love you. We say it a lot. When you ain't saying it, you need to live it now. Woo! Everybody live it, come on. Oh, you have a song to sing. You should sing it now. You've got a song. You should sing it now. Put the song where your feet are. Let's dance around. 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 Dance. All right. You've got a song to sing. Love is the life you live. Little mercy on your fingertips and joy. That's a song you will sing. You've got a song to sing. Love is the life to live. Little mercy on your fingertips and joy. That's a song you will sing. Let joy be the song you sing. Oh, joy is the song to sing, 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 sing. Thank y'all for a great first set. All the good songs are coming up next set. Thank you, Javier. All right. We'll be right back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Promised them all the good songs this set. I told you some.
Welcome back, Claude Butch Morgan.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this little instrumental here called "Somewhere Over the Rainbow." Yeah, I don't do it very good, but I do it my way. And then Grady Martin was a really great guitar player. Played on all Marty Robbins stuff. And so on the very end of the song, I throw in a little bit of El Paso. So actually, I call this song Somewhere Over El Paso. So here we go. That part's not in the original there. Got a bunch of good. Thank you so much. This is a wonderful afternoon, and I'm just having such a good time. Yes, thank you. It's y'all's fault. It's all your fault. And that's the reason why I played long the first set. And if I have a chance, I'll play long the second set. But at any rate, I'm going to do this song for good old friends because I got a room full of them here. A bunch of people I've known for a while. Some new friends. You can make new old friends too. You know, like you meet them and you just know you're going to know them for a long time. So this goes out to new old friends. Oh, there's nothing like a good old friend. Nothing better than a good old friend. Oh, you can make new friends. That is true. But new friends don't know diddly squat about you. Yeah, but old friends, they know you well. When you're just pulling their tail, you can say what you please when you're shooting a breeze with a good old friend. I know, because I've tried it myself many times. On old friends of mine, they never cut me no slack. When I need a man, I know They've got my back, yeah. They've seen me lost in space. Found me flat of my face. But when push comes to shove, and what I need is love, I count on my good old friends like Razzmatazz. You know him. Ba-ba-da-bum, ra-ba-ba-da-bum, beep-a-dee-dee-dee, beep-a-beep-a-dee-beep. Well, now you can make a new old friend. Here's how it usually begins. A little laughter and some tears, few margaritas and a couple of years, and you know them way too well. When they're just ringing your bell, but you can say what you please when you're shooting the breeze with a good old friend. No, you can't beat a good old friend, except at cards. Ain't nothing like a good old friend. What about my dog? Ain't nothing like a good old friend. Welcome, friends. Come on, Javier. So I'm going to send this song out to my friend Tom Prasada Rao and his family. And I wrote this about another friend of mine, but when they go away, everybody suffers, you know. It's hard on the living. Tom's got the easy part done now. So no more suffering or sadness and sorrow, no more pain for him. And so I'm grateful for that. So this is a song that my granddaughter, by the way, this is my granddaughter, Natalie. I know y'all are wondering who this beautiful girl is, and her name is Natalie Renee, and I'll be doing her song in just a few minutes. But she sings this song with my band that I'm fixing to do right now. She does a much better job of it than I do. But it's a beautiful little song, and I'm grateful to have written it. Ready? That's rehearsal right there. 3. Yeah, this one's from my heart. Broken for a friend. Oh, love will fill you up. Love will make you whole again. Yeah, this one's from my heart. Have been spread thin. Our love will fill you up. Love will make you whole again. It's not for my eyes, tired of all they see. It's not for my head, hard as it can be. No, this one's from my heart, hanging there, old friend. Our love will fill you up. Love will make you whole again. Two lips with nothing to say. Two ears that don't listen anyway. This one's from my heart, hanging there, old friend.
make you whole again. Oh, love will fill you up. Love will make you whole again.
Nice job. Key of A, right?
Well, you said you'd always love me and you'd never ever leave me, but you're gone, gone, gone. Till death do us part from the bottom of your heart, but you're gone, gone, gone. Thought you was my woman, then you started roaming. Should've known all along. Said I was your lover, said there was no others till you're gone, gone, gone. Now you said you'd always be there, but I don't see you anywhere. No, you're gone, gone, gone. I just found a note, said that's all she wrote, and you're gone, gone, gone. Thought you was my woman, and you started roaming. Should've known all along. I said I was your lover, said there was no others till you're gone, gone, gone. Oh, get gone. Don't quit now. Well, you said I was your lover, said there was no other, but you're gone, gone, gone. I just can't believe you'd ever really leave, but you're gone, gone, gone. Thought you was my woman, and you started roaming. Should've known all along. Said I was your lover, said there was no others till you're gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Bye-bye. So long. Good riddance.
Thank you, brother. Get you back up in a minute. Okay?
How about that, Javier?
All right. So let's do So I was at a songwriting school with a very well-known songwriter. Many of you in this room know the guy who told me this part I'm fixing to tell you about right now. He just said, well, Butch, you can't write a happy song in a minor key. And I thought to myself, he shouldn't have said that. He said you can't write a happy song in a minor key. Can't write a happy song in a minor key. He should not have said that kind of thing to a songwriter like me. 'Cause see, the sun is always shining
In my minor key, the sky is blue and the sun is shining in my minor key. Yeah, and everything is beautiful in its own way in my minor key. Yeah, and the kids are outside playing in my minor key. They're running and playing in my minor key. Oh, and there's smiles on all their faces, and not an overabundance of undiscernible tattoos in my minor key. And the dogs never howl in my minor key. The dogs just wag their tails in my minor key. Well, actually, as I'm thinking about that, that's not true. It's not. Because a dog will howl. He will. If you play harmonica. Daniel Bowling, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there ain't no place for war in my minor key, no hate or war in my minor key. No, everything is peace and love, harmony, tranquility, and a 10-gallon kumbaya in my minor key. Yeah, no one's gonna die in my minor key. Nobody winds up dead in my minor keys. No, everybody just keeps on living forever and ever and on and on and on in my minor key. Now, maybe you've heard that old Woody Guthrie song. There is one called Way Over Yonder in the minor key. Yeah, that song ain't this song. This song belongs to me, and I get to keep all the royalty, 'cause it's a monarchy. Hey, hey, you can't write a happy song in a minor key. Can't write a happy song in a minor key. They should not have said that kind of thing to a songwriter like me. Daniel, thank you so much, Daniel. By the way, if you're in Albuquerque on Wednesday, we'll be playing. I'll be standing on Daniel's what's left of his coffee table and singing some songs with him. He's going to do a little song swap right at his house there in Albuquerque. Just talk to Daniel. He'll give you a little card. It's a get-in free card. Yeah, but you have to pay to get out. No, we'd love to have you in good old Albuquerque. All right, so let's do my Natalie song. So this is my granddaughter. She's 21 next month. I have no idea who that woman is. I wrote this song about the little bitty girl, the little one I could hold in one hand. Up until she got to be, 10, I knew everything that was going on in her life. But then at 11, all of a sudden, no, not so much. I love her so very much. And she performs with me quite often with our band, and she's got a really wonderful voice. And anyway, I wrote this song. I called her. I go, what are some things you really, really love? She gave me a list of things. I was going, what are some things that you dislike a lot? And she gave me a list of things. So on the two lists, you'll hear them. I just sang them just like she gave them to me. I didn't change a dadgum thing. It was just really good. And on the end here, I talk about an old man sitting watching. And I'm not talking about me. I'm long dead at the end of this song. It's her dad I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. Natalie, you are a dream come true. Natalie, my world's a better place because of you. I remember when I could hold you in one hand. You were just this tiny little thing. Now look at you, just look at you, all grown up. Oh, it makes my heart wanna sing. Natalie, you are a dream come true. Natalie, my world's a better place because of you. You love people and puppies and parrots and kittens and horses and goats, pigs and chickens and almost every other creature on the planet. But mosquitoes and roaches and ants and those weird spiders with the scorpion tails, well, you do not hesitate, you squish them flat. Nat, whoo! In the distance, I see a family, kids running around a big old tree. There's an old man sitting watching and remembering the first time he held Natalie. May all your dreams come true. Natalie, this world belongs to you. This world belongs to you. Oh, this world belongs to you. All right, so this little necklace is made by a friend of mine, and many of you may know Rex Foster. New Rex Foster is a great singer and songwriter, and a constant at the Kerrville Folk Festival, and also made exquisite, beautiful jewelry out of mastodon, fossilized walrus tusk, and just a sundry of things, but always beautiful and unique. And I was going to Denmark to play a series of shows, and I wanted something to wear that people would know where I was from. And I thought, without me having to open my mouth. And so I thought, well, the shape of Texas, like everybody knows the shape of Texas. Idaho, not so much. You know, you have a necklace in the shape of Idaho. Nobody's gonna go, oh, you're from Idaho. But man, the shape, I didn't have to say anything. So I had him make me this necklace. And we lost Rex a couple of years ago. And so I do this song. He did get to hear it. And it's called Little Bit of Texas. I take a little bit of Texas with me. Now, where's that sign? Right there. That's right. I brought that with her. That's right. And I take a little bit of Texas with me everywhere I go. Now, hey, Javier, you can play on this. This would be a good one. It's a little bit of a little swing song.
Good luck, Javier.
Yeah, good luck. I don't drink, but if I had a shot of whiskey right now.
That's the Spanish key. Sí.
See, that's the Spanish key.
Sí.
Let's just think of San Antonio Rose, kind of
All right.
that good. Take a little bit of Texas with me everywhere I go. Not a pressed blue bonnet, not a picture of the Alamo, not a Bob or Willie CD. though I love their music so. This little bit of Texas as I roll. Not a pair of cowboy boots or a shirt with cool pearl snaps. Not an open road Stetson, not a pair of leather chaps. Not my howdy sir, thank you ma'am, my long Texas drawl. And my spurs don't jingle jangle, they play basketball. This little bit of Texas, well, it hangs around my neck. I got it many moons ago from my good friend Rex, and I find it brings me comfort when I am far from home. This little piece of silver and cow bone. Woo! Take a little bit of Texas with me everywhere I go. California, New York, Florida, Idaho. People know right where I'm from, that is no surprise. No other state has a shape so recognized. This little bit of Texas, well, it dangles around my neck. I got it many moons ago from my good friend Rex, and I find it brings me comfort when I am far from home. Little piece of silver and cow bone. Take a little bit of Texas with me everywhere I go. Woo! Yeah, but I still make my home in San Antonio, Texas. Let's do that melancholy wind when we worked on a little bit. See, that's kind of goes like a. I wrote this while I was in Denmark. My father had just passed away, and I had that tour all set up, and the wound was still still bleeding a little bit. Been a long, long day. The sun would not go down. There's a melancholy wind, and it's blowing around. And the morning dove is singing with a lonely coo. It's been a long, long day. Oh, I'm missing you. Strike up the band. I'll sing the blues. Missing you. Doesn't seem that long ago. Well, I had you here. The sound of your voice still in my ear. But it came your time to go. We were eye to eye. Oh, we loved each other so. That is why I'll strike up the band. I'll sing the blues. Missing you. It's a song the world's been singing since time began. And the melody is carried on the melancholy wind. And if you listen to it, if you listen very long, you'll recognize the melody, and you'll start to sing along. Strike up the band, I'll sing the blues. Strike up the band, I'll sing the blues. Okay then. Let's do two more. Want to do two more songs? Sure. What the heck? I'll double your pay.
All right, good. I'll give you a good deal.
You give me a good deal. How about this, guys? Anyone? So, in 1967, 1966, I was a bad student. I was,
Just that year.
it was one of my better bad years. Yeah. And I went to summer school every summer of my life. I went to summer school because I was a compulsive disorder obsessive. Yeah, they had to get the letters correct. It's not OCD. That's wrong.
No.
It's CDO. Okay. So but they didn't have a diagnosis for that in school when I was a kid. I was just the weird kid that had to have everything at right angles on his desk. I looked great. All of my stuff looked good, but I made straight Fs. It was just the slightest little thing would set it off. Like the teacher, Miss Sherbert, she had the bad habit of writing on the blackboard, but she would start off, but then she'd start going uphill like this. And I would stop the class. I'd go, "Excuse me, Miss, could you please, could you just, you know?" Anyway, it was, but they didn't have a diagnosis for that. So I was just a weird kid. But I got in trouble, and I was supposed to go to summer school, and I got in trouble in summer school. So they sent me to summer school instead of Divine, which would have meant I could have got up at 7 o'clock and been there by 7:30. They decided to send me to San Antonio. It's just 40 miles away, and so I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning in order to be there. Right, so I just had to go to summer school. But South San High was the name of the high school, and it was known for taking care of unruly kids. Huh? It was known. It was well known. That's my wife, Barbara, by the way. She's had wine now. She's feeling like part of the crowd all of a sudden. Anyway, so they sent me up there and I thought it was going to be a drag, but the very first day there, I met this girl, this skinny, tall girl with black hair, and she was like strikingly beautiful in a not a cosmopolitan cover girl kind of way, more of a Picasso girl kind of way. One of her ears was a little taller than the other. Her ankles were pointed, and she was just angular and just skinny, and I just thought she was so attractive. So I introduced myself, and I said, "What's your name?" She said, "Mokaloo." I said, "What?" She said, "Mokaloo. Mokaloo Bohemianablutz." Now, I have a card. I have her photo somewhere, and it actually has her name on it. I don't know. I just thought that was just the weirdest name, and it is. Anyway, it didn't work out. You know, I had 6 weeks to work on her, and it didn't work out, but I did get a pretty good song out of it. We're going to do that song for you right now. It's called Mokaloo. It's in the key of E, yeah. Hey, I went to summer school, South San High. Saw this girl, tall and shy. Her hair was long and black. She was skinny as could be. I kept looking at her, she kept looking at me. So I walked up, I asked her name, and she said, Mokaloo. And I began to sing Mokaloo. I think I'm in love, Mokaloo. What was your mama thinking of when the doctor said, what do you want to name this little child? She said, well, Mokaloo, it'd drive the boys wild. And she said, well, where are you from? I said, I am from Divine, and failing algebra was the crime that got me here. Summer school, such a waste of time. I thought it would be terrible. You've changed my mind. I'd have never met such a cool little girl as you if I hadn't have got sent here to summer school. Mokaloo, I think I'm in love, Mokaloo. What was your daddy thinking of when the doctor said, what do you want to name the child? He said, well, Mokaloo, it'd drive the boys wild. Well, lunchtime came, I found her sitting all alone. I sat down beside her, I made myself at home. Took out my PBJ, I cut it in two, and I gave it a little after cute Mokaloo. She winked at me, gave me a cool little smile. What's a boy gonna do except just go wild, Mokaloo? You gotta hold on me, Mokaloo. Hey baby, can't you see I'd do almost anything that you ask me to for just one chance with my Mokaloo. But then summer school ended, so did our romance. But the very next summer I knew I had one more chance, so I failed English. And I failed algebra, and I failed geometry too, just to make real sure I got to go back to summer school. I went running down the hall, screaming her name, but I never got to see Mokaloo again. Mokaloo, gotta hold on me, Mokaloo. Oh baby, can't you see I'd do almost anything that you ask me to for just one chance with my Mokaloo. What was your mama thinking, Mokaloo? I think your parents had been drinking when the doctor said, what do you want to name this child? They say, well, Mokaloo, it'd drive the boys wild. Good one there. All right, let's wrap it up here. I'm going to do this next little song. It's called Heaven is the name of the song. Now, I'm a believer, and I love the Lord, and I just owe everything I have and am to God. But I can't prove that He exists to anyone. And I don't know, I can't prove that heaven exists, but I think it's a real good idea. You know, like regardless of what you may believe, like a place where there's no sorrow and suffering and sadness and war and all that stuff, it sounds pretty good to me. And so I wrote this song on that premise. This mentions the world famous lemon meringue pie in this. Here we go. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to all you people out there listening. I saw there's 3 people checked in on Facebook earlier. There's my son and 2 of his drunk buddies. But anyway, to everybody who tuned in and then just turned it right back off, thank you so much. But to each and every one of you, I do appreciate you. Be careful going home and wherever it is you're headed. And I hope the best and pray the best for you and your family. Oh yeah, I've heard about heaven, that it's out there somewhere far away. But I get little glimpses of what I believe could be heaven every day. In the love that's always around me, like right now, right here in this place, or just correct change at the drive-thru. Hey, they got my order right, ain't that heaven every day? And the choir, it's not always angelic, as the out-of-tune guitars play, and we all sing along to our favorite songs, bring a little heaven to our place. Yeah, I am a believer. I believe I'll get there one day. But in the meantime, I'd like another slice of lemon meringue pie. Put a little heaven in my face. The choir is not always angelic, as the out-of-tune guitars play, and we all sing along to our favorite song, bring a little heaven to our an Al Barlow song, and we all sing along to a Daniel Bowling song, and we all sing along to a Guy Clark song, and we all sing along to this Butch Morgan song. Bring a little heaven to our space. Thank you very much. Bring a little heaven to your space. God bless you.
Javier, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Good.